Hello all. Alright, so I got kicked off of TikTok for some weird reason. So, hey Sue, kick me off, will ya? Well, we'll just go to Instagram. I had never used Instagram Live before, and I don't think I have YouTube Live set up yet, so, but I will make sure it is set up in case TikTok has to stick up the rear. Then I can sit here and at least come on here. And if you could do me a favor and share the live with all the other journaling gurus. We're going to make a book today. For those of y'all that didn't hear me, let me make some announcements first. I am adding glue holders daily in my Etsy shop. That's these right here. They come with, the small ones come with the caps, just so you don't dirty up your glue thing, because if you're like me and you get a little trickle of glue, you don't want to have to try to clean it out of your glue holder. So I add those daily, and we are working on a mega bundle at the moment. I will try to look up and answer any questions. I can actually read this one a little bit better than the TikTok one. It's like for old people. You can actually read it. Big writing. And the mega bundles, I'm working on the design right now. I just stole one of my bone folds out of there because I couldn't find mine. I also added in more mermaid bundles. If you are new... Oh, I know. I did a live last week. It was a very short one, but I have been super busy doing stuff with Stamperia, the Etsy. My kids are out of school, so even though I'm done homeschooling them for this school year, I still have to plan out their school stuff for next year. And my oldest daughter is in college, started working, and all that good stuff. So, and Ruby has been Ruby. She's had a lot of, she has hand, foot, and mouth. And I'm like, what kind of funky funk is that? Why, how do you even get this kind of stuff? So, yeah. And then she spread it to my 12-year-old, and my 12-year-old's at her grandparents' house right now, and gave it to them. Gave it to the other, her cousins that are there. So, yeah. So, it's been a really, really fun week. Let me tell you. And Sue, if you can do me a favor and go over to TikTok, or I will, I don't know if I could share this from here. Like I said, I've never been on Instagram. I'm not an Instagram person. I'm usually a TikTok person because I have way more followers on there. But we're going to make one of my books, and I have a new design for this book. Also, I have other products that are going to be dropping in my Etsy shop, I'm hoping this week. They sure have taken their time sending me my stuff. One being the binding tool that I use for books. The grommets and eyelets for books. I think some cutters, trimmers. And some storage stuff like that. So that should be in my Etsy shop this week. There's also a new collection dropping on the 14th of June for Stamperia that I will open up pre-orders for as soon as it drops. So yeah, lots and lots of goodies. So we're making the Patisserie book here. I also post my lives to my YouTube channel, 4 Girls Stole My Heart, so you can go back and watch them anytime you want to. If you want to make a book, I have tons of books on there that I have made on TikTok Live. Some of them I just wingding along, and it comes out great. I lost my drink. And I have some tutorials on there as well. So yeah, this is the paper we're gonna do. And this is gonna be the little main cover of that. Let me back you guys up a little bit here. So, hello, hello, hello. So this is my inspiration right here, is the Patisserie that we are going to make a book out of. Now, I can usually make one of these books if I have done it already. I haven't done this design yet, but I can make one in about 45 minutes to an hour. A whole book. So, but I usually talk a lot on live and answer questions and do all that other good stuff. And it takes me a bit longer. Plus, or I get kicked off, and you know, that's how it works. Let me get a pencil here. Alright, so I'm doing chipboard 0.057, I think is the thickness of it. I like it because my Rolly permanent tape does not rip off the outside. This paper right here is a digital in my Etsy shop, and I know, isn't it? It's awful. You know, does your thing say sparrow fart art? That is hilarious. That's like just right up my alley. But so yeah, I got kicked off of live and it wouldn't let me back on. I have no idea why. So these are there's 36 sheets here, or let's hope there is, because it was spitting out of my printer. This line digital is available in my Etsy shop. I like to use standard 11.5 by 8 pages because I don't like to cut and have excess work to do. So my books, these fit my books perfectly, and you can get this digital from there. I also just added a spine template digital. I don't use spine template digitals only because I'm used to my method of doing it, but I know that a lot of people need extra help with that, so I made 4 versions. It's all on one listing, and you get all 4 versions in a digital. You can print it out and you can lay it on your spine, and then you can poke your holes through with an awl or the crocodile, which I like to call the crocodile, because sometimes this right here. And on one of those, if you only have a handheld one, I think it's the 2.5 or the 3-inch spine ones that you can use the handheld one, because the length of the spine fits perfectly in there. You just got to punch it beforehand before you attach it. Hello from Brazil. Oh, I bet you the weather is amazing there. Also, this is my method for making books, so if you have any questions, I do not make them the same way as everybody else. I'm sorry, but I don't. I've done it a bunch of different ways, and I find that this way works the best for me, and it's easy to do, so that's why I do it that way. I've experimented a lot with books, and I've made some crazy books. I know it's like kind of a gift and a curse at the same time. So what I'm doing is I am going to, I think this is going to break. This is chipboard. This is 8.5 by 11 chipboard, and I'm measuring it out 6 inches here. And then the spine, we'll go with a 3-inch spine this time. Like I said, the spine, I have a ton of different spines that I've done, thicknesses, so that's why I like to give you guys the option, and that way you don't have to worry about getting them all individually. It's just all there. You can use it anytime you want to. So I'm going to do a 3-inch spine, and I'm going to do a little bit something different for the cover. I gotta find what I did. I got so distracted by the TikTok-y stuff that now I gotta find what I did with my X-Acto knife, or I gotta go steal my husband's. So, should be my little cup here. It's pink, so you can't really miss it unless he took it. Oh, I know what I did with it. Hang on, let me go get it. I know exactly what I did with it. Put it in my stash here. I was unloading inventory yesterday. I had a Stamperia order come in, and I always swipe some products to bring into my area from the shipment. So it was in the box. Okay, so this is going to be the spine and one of the covers. I usually save those pieces for either other spines or little add-ons for other books. Alright, let's get one more done here, and we'll look through the paper pad, and then we'll start the cover. If you hear my 2-year-old down there running amok, just ignore it. Around like 6:30, 7:30, she goes through baby sundowners and goes a little bit nutty. Alright, everybody good so far? So here are the spine and covers. Like I said, the spine template, there's a 3-inch one in there. All you got to do is put it over this, hit those holes in there, and then boom, you're done. You're ahead of the game. So, let's see what I got here. For the cover, we're going to make the cover kind of plain, because this is going to be something I lay on top of the cover, and you'll see. Yeah, I have it in my head. Okay, just trust the process. Always trust the process. That's about all we can do. I kind of like the one with macaroons. This is a leftover one that I made. This was the macaroon book that I made. If you guys follow Stamperia, it's on their, I think it's on their page somewhere. I don't know. They share a bunch of my stuff on there. So it may be on there. What I'm probably going to do is do a plain cover. So that way I could put this on top of that. Now, I always use 2 paper pads. And the reason why is because I use 9 pieces of Stamperia paper just for the book. And as you know, most of these books come with tags and ephemera pieces that you can cut out in the back. So even though they're 10 sheets, you may not get that. And then what I do is I use the rest of it, oh, that's pretty, for inserts and more ephemera. So nothing goes and gets wasted. The sparrow. Hang on one second and I'll see. Ah, hello everyone. Everyone's joining in because I got kicked off of stupid TikTok. So, yeah. So we're going to make, let's see. Alright, so got this one here. Uh-oh, I knocked little Fifi down over here. I got that. One of my daughters gave me that. Every time they give me something, I throw it here on my desk. As long as it doesn't get in my way. But see, they will have cards like this in here, and so you won't get the full sheets out. I think I'm going to use this one for the back though. Back cover. I usually use the front for the inside liner cover. And, oh, there it is. So, let me get this other one. And then we'll use one for the spine. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I usually have a moderator on TikTok who is fantastic because she has made a ton of my books and she knows everything, but she probably does not even realize that I'm not on there now. So, I'll try to do my best. But it comes with a lot of... Ooh, God, don't sneak up on me like that. What's wrong with you? Okay, what do you want?
You want burger or salad?
A what?
Burger or salad?
You can make... are you, like, here or out?
No.
Sorry, guys, hang on.
Just got groceries.
Oh, okay. I want a blue cheeseburger with bacon, no bun. If we have lettuce, put it with lettuce, and then just put it in the microwave, and I'll eat when I'm done.
Okay, you want me to stick the cheese inside of it and on top?
Well, that sounds delicious.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, and don't get stingy with the sides either.
Okay, you want me to bring it up to you when it's done?
No, put it in the microwave. Sorry, guys. She just scared the living crap out of me. My daughter just snuck up on me, and I'm turned around. I don't have my hearing aids in, so I didn't hear her. So it just freaked me out. Children, they're wonderful, aren't they? Thank you for sharing that. I have no idea what the heck I was even saying now. I like literally mini heart attack that I had. The kids. It's fun. My hair's gonna start turning gray. Ooh, I might do this for the spine right here. That's what I was looking for. Aren't kids fantastic? Alright. Nope. Let me move all this out of the way. Love them. Okay. Wait a minute, I got an extra one in here. Let me move this. So, one of the ideas that I have is kind of a similar concept to this book right here. I have about 11 books over here on my desk that I have not finished yet. And this is one of them. This is I call this, it's the House of Roses paper, but I call it the Box of Roses. And this is why. This I made on a live months ago now. But right here, I made this little window that folds out like this. And I will probably, when I actually do finish it, we'll put like a pocket here for it to go in. Or I may keep it like this. So it kind of looks like one of those boxes like that you get when you, you know, like prom, you know, what do they call that? A corsage, you know? So it's kind of like a box of roses. So when you open it, it kind of looks like a box. So this window, I'm going to do it in this book, but it's going to be something similar like this instead, if that makes sense. And then in the background here, I will have the little patisserie shop to go on that. So this is going to actually be attached to the cover. It may not be as big either, but it's going to look similar to this. And it's going to be like, almost like you're looking through a window. I think it will work. Like I said, I love doing different stuff. And this is like the box of roses. And I think actually this one is a 3-inch spine. It looks like. No, it's 2.5. This is a 2.5-inch spine. So the 3-inch spine will be right. It will be a little bit bigger. I like big spines because the bigger the spine, the more junk you can shove in it. And it doesn't look like the alligator mouth, which is what I like. I like to be able to close it like this and not have to worry about that. And I think the Blue Dream Journal that I'm working on as a gift right now is 3 inches. It's either 3 or 3.5. So that's the plan for tonight for that. So let's go ahead and do the covers, and we'll get those done. I feel like I'm so far behind now because of that. Okay, this is going to be the spine. Here's the liner. I think I'm going to make this the back, and this is going to be the front. Like I said, trust the process. Oh, here, let me have this. Move this over here. Everybody good now? As my mom used to say, it's clear as mud. Alright, I think I'm going to do, what I usually do is I like to leave about 1 inch around the cover. So that way, I'm going to have to move some of this stuff. Move my little pig. As you can see, I have stuff everywhere. You want to put about 1 inch around so that way it can fold over the chipboard easy. And the spine is usually the only thing that oh, well, that's good. Like it can line up right there. I like it when there's lines on the paper. That makes it a little bit easier. That way everything can, the spine has to be bigger. And you'll see why. And before anybody asks, I use Crafter's Pick Ultimate on putting the actual book together. Let me get the other page cut out. Where did it go? And the spine, and then we'll glue it all together. It'll be a lot easier. Alright, I'm gonna put this up a little bit because then I can cut the macaroons out and then actually put them on there. I do that usually if it won't fit or if it's too close to the edge, cut it out, glue it on there. I always post to my YouTube channel, 4 Girls Stole My Heart. It's not the Hangry Mama of 4 Girls on YouTube. It's right here, 4 Girls Stole My Heart on YouTube. And I always post the replays from all my lives on there. So that way you can go back and go watch it. Because I know that not everybody can stick around or they get on late. So yes, I do save lives. And yes, I listen to oldies music. So if you hear that in the background, that's what it is. Alright. Now, for the spine, another thing you'll know, I don't like to measure anything. Okay, the only thing I measure is this kind of stuff. So for the spine, what I usually will do is the sides have to be longer because they are going inside the cover of the book. So I do, like I said, I do mine just a hair different. I think I'm going to do this right here. And this is how much I'm going to leave. I think that if you have to measure, then measure. But I hate measuring stuff. So I just usually eyeball it. I don't measure unless I have to. A lot of my inserts and stuff, if you ever watch my insert videos, I don't like to measure stuff. The waterfall insert, I don't measure anything. I use the cards to let it determine what they should be. Okay, so let me get this stuff out of the way here. And we're going to assemble all of this. Alright, so this is going to be the covers. Let me flip this over. I just used the Crafter's Tape Permanent. I like using it on this type of chipboard. It's 0.057. Most people say it's like 55 point, but if you go to like Amazon or anything and try to find 55 point, you won't find it. You'll find 50 point, and when you use something like this on there, it will peel off. It peels the chipboard paper off. This, on this point, does not, and that's why I like to use it. It's like a hair thicker, so there's not much difference in thickness, but it just does better. And it makes me think that if I glue it, it will stay better also. And I do not use liquid glue on the covers because I don't want bubbles. But if you have to use liquid glue, get a bone fold, scrape and scrape and scrape it all out, and it will be flat. And it does not come unstuck. I forgot, I gotta fold these first. I'm getting ahead of myself. Scissors. And I gotta stop up here. I think I got it. Maybe. I gotta remember to fill up my bottles here. I don't have to fill this one up very often unless I am making a lot of books, because I use this one a lot for bookmaking. Or book construction, I guess you could say. I use the beacons, there we go, mostly for paper stuff. Yay! There we go. I think we were clogged up a little bit. right there. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. I try to get on early enough because I know, like, people in the UK and stuff, they want to be able to watch the lives. Sometimes Australia. This one's going to have a lot of glue on the side because it decided to spew out. But that's okay. Like I said, you can always wipe it right off. Bone folds are fantastic tools for that. So this is what the cover will look like. Remove all this. We'll do the back cover and then the spine. It goes this way. I'm out of tape. I have these things everywhere for this reason because I'm always running out. Alright, let me wipe up this glue. I did have some baby wipes over here, but Ruby thinks they're hers, so she took off with them. Okay. this will be the back cover. I can think of the flowers go at the bottom. Alright, and now the spine. So this is the part that always confuses everybody. I don't know why. But this is what we do. Kaylin came in here and scared me half to death. She like tapped on me and I jumped.
Oh, you didn't know she walked in the door?
No, I can't hear her. I don't have my hearing aids in, so I just felt somebody like tapping on my chair.
When was that?
I don't know, just like 15, 20 minutes ago maybe. Alright, so with this one, the only part we're going to glue is the top and the bottom. The flaps here, I do not glue because they're going to go in the inside of the covers, these flaps. Oh, I'm on Instagram live. It's an alternative. So I am on live right now.
So something happened to your...
I don't flipping know. TikTok's being dumb.
I'm going to take my computer and go work downstairs.
Okay.
Take over and watch the puppet for a while.
That sounds good. A little bit better. So if you don't have a crocodile, like the big bite, the large one, and you have the small one, before you put on the spine, you can cut the holes with that. It's kind of a workaround. But if you can get a big bite, get a big bite. It helps. You may have to replace, if it's a used one, you may have to replace the little cubes in it because if it's been used a lot. Do what? They said you called yourself an R. What's that mean? Oh, really? Oh my gosh. How do you know? Oh, that looks pretty good. Alright, so we got the front cover and the back cover. So when we attach it, it's going to go like this, right here. I think that will, let me see what it looks like so I can, yeah, I think that will be good. Well, the weird thing is, though, is when I went on there, because I figured maybe usually you get like a violation thing or whatever for community standards. I didn't have one. That's why it took me so long, and it just said, I would hit the live button, and it just was spinning around like it was going on, and then it just didn't do anything. I figured it was like my internet connection or something, because my tablet over here that's on a different account also went off. Like, it was not... Yeah, so... And when I went in there to see, I was like, oh my gosh, did they just kick me off of there? And there was no violation. So... so I gave it a few minutes, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm having internet problems. Because my tablet went off too, and that's a different account completely. Like, it disconnected from TikTok, so that's why I was like kind of confused about what was happening. Because I've been kicked off of TikTok for violations before over nonsense. Like, it was like a video like this, and somebody said there was, like, I guess, nudity or something. And I'm like, okay. And then they restored it. Oh, see? Yeah, there must be something going on. Sometimes they're really messed up. I have no idea. I think I was on somebody's earlier today when I was packing up orders, and they got kicked off. But I just was like, ugh. Ooh, something is smelling good. Wish they had like smell-o-vision, because it smells amazing right now in my house. It smells like, almost smells like French fries, but I know that's not what she's making. Or my husband's making. One of them is. There she goes. So, I glue my spine inside the cover like this. I know it sounds crazy, but I've tried it a bunch of different ways, and I like it because the book will lay flat. And it's really secure this way. Especially when I get done with it. And I've had them last forever this way. But if it happens again, I'll just go live here, or I'll go live on YouTube, whichever. I'm more familiar with the TikTok live than Instagram. The only thing I don't like is, I don't know if you can have moderators here on Instagram. That's the only thing. And I like having a moderator around, so in case somebody decides to be weird or needs help with questions. That's the only thing. Plus, I have some people that I have blocked on TikTok that I don't know if I have blocked on here. Or I don't even know if they are on here. So, I don't need no more drama or craziness. I've had enough this year to last a lifetime. It seems like it gets worse, too, the more followers you get. Alright. I'm just going to wipe the excess glue. I'm an overuser of glue, but I don't care. Alright, so one thing, so this is how I do my covers. See? And then I usually leave them, if I do a bunch of covers at once, I'll leave them flat, all like this, and, you know, I don't know how to add mods. How do you add mods? Oh, wait a minute. Is that it? Oh, I know how to add somebody in there. I don't know. I'll have to fiddle with it and experiment. But don't worry, I'll figure it out. I'm pretty tech savvy. I got it, but okay, so I also use this stuff here. I'll measure this out. I can usually eyeball this, but I'll measure it out because I know some people just like things measured. This is book repair tape. Oh yeah, I know. Or they pick out hands and call it like naked, you know. So I'm just gonna make these a little less than 8.5 because that's the length for book. And I actually like to add these onto the flaps I just glued. So it gives it just a little bit of extra stability and, you know, won't come around. Or won't come apart. Not come around. Come apart. Which is what I like, just in case. I know it could be a little bit overdone that way, and you probably don't have to, but it makes me feel better. So, yeah. I lost my X-Acto knife, too. I also broke my seashell handle, my rose gold one. I think it was the other day. It was Saturday. I had an X-Acto knife on one of my handles, and I had the handle setting on something on the edge like that, and I stepped on it and I broke it. And I dropped it on the floor like an hour before, and I thought, oh gosh, at least it, you know, didn't break there. And so I was thankful for that. But then I went and stepped on it and broke it. And I was like, doggone it. And so my husband made me another one, but he ran out of rose gold and we had pink. And so the tippy top of it up here is like a light pink. And the rest of the handle looks dirty. So I was like, you're going to make me another one, right? And he's like, yeah, I guess you could put that in the hubby's hiccups then. So, yeah. And now I don't know what happened to the X-Acto knife part was perfectly fine, the attachment. But I don't know what I did with it. I gave it to my husband and he did something with it. So I put this right here. Part on the spine. Just like smack in the middle. This is where right here is where the book bends. This has an extra little attachment. I took this one off my husband's desk, and I don't think it was like he was done with it yet, so, but I was like, hey, I need it. So that's how that's gonna go. And now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do the holes, and then I'm gonna put probably a ribbon closure right here through the middle after I do the spine holes. So that way, let me get a pen because it's easier to see what I'm doing. Let me find a pen. I have bought pen. Oh, here we go. Pen after pen after pen. And again, if you don't want to measure the spine holes, this spine is included in a digital in my Etsy shop. I'm using the 3-inch one. So this is basically how it is and how I designed it. So we're going to do, let's see, I need, we got 3 inches. I think I'm going to make them probably about 1, 2, 3, 2, yeah, about 3/4 of an inch apart. So 3/4, so we have 3/4, 1.5, 2 1/4 measurements. I don't know if you guys can see that. But this is what is good about the digitals, is it does eliminate all this. I just I don't mind doing it like this. I like doing it like this actually. Oh no, I hope my pen's not running out of ink. And don't worry about the tape. You can write over it, and it will probably look a little wonky because the tape's not on there exactly straight. Don't worry about that. You just trust your measurements and you'll be fine. Okay, and then this way we're gonna do 3/4, and it's 2.5, 6 and 7 3/4 across this way. And I do these lines this way for every single book that I do, because I have it marked on my binding tool so I don't have to sit here and keep, you know, doing different measurements and stuff. It's just easier. You find something, just stick with it. Then I just put little circles here so that way I can line up the crocodile easier instead of trying to find the crossroads there. And I'm going to double check it just to make sure it looks right. And then put them in. I have these one eyelets over here that would be perfect for it, but they're those ones that you never can get in right. They always have these weirdos saying, weird like settings for your thing, so. Let me see real quick. Yep, I think we're good. Get all the paper out of here. Alright, so that's how the holes are right there. Alright, let's see what kind of eyelets we have. Alright, so I have these pink ones here that would look really great with them, but I'm not overly confident in them because they would look, they're little hearts. I don't even know if I have enough. Let me see. We need at least 12. I'm gonna put them right here. 2, 3. Gosh, I think I may just have enough. Alright, let me try one out. Let's do a practice punch first, because I don't want to ruin my whole book. Alright, I'm going to get a backing though for it, because let me try some silver, because I like the washers on it, just to see what it does. Move this out of the way. All right, do this. Oh no. See, that's exactly why I don't like using these kind right here. Hang on, there's something right on my lens. See? Ugh. I usually only use these for inserts because I gotta use the hand one. So we're not gonna use them. We're gonna use pretty ones. Alright, so gold, silver, bronze. I'll let you guys decide. Let's see. Probably gold or silver would probably be the best, because I want to make the little ringy thing. Ring-a-ding-ding. If I have rose gold ones, they would look really good, but I don't have rose gold. The Sugar Bell bottles. I should be getting them this week. You're talking about, well, where'd they go? I had an empty one right here. You're talking about these, right? The sweet Sugar Bell bottles. Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting them this week. They're just taking their good old time with them. Silver? I could do silver. I think silver would look good. Okay with silver. Alright, I'm going to put this up. And I will use silver corners. Yeah. I feel like I've been waiting forever for that shipment to come in. Oh my gosh. It's been driving me crazy. They're a bit slower than Stamperia. Stamperia is really good. They, alright, let me expand these real quick. This is a little trick if your eyelets don't fit. Get like a paintbrush or something, because they bow. The paintbrushes, you know, they kind of have an hourglass a little bit shape. And if you go like this, you can expand the holes And the eyelets, you don't have to force them in. Honeybell. I kind of like Honeybell better. But yeah, I'm supposed to be getting them in this week. I'm getting those in along with the blooming flower storage, eyelets, colored eyelets, which would have been nice to have for this. The binding tool. And I have some ephemera packs of stuff coming in. Oh, it's a lot of stuff. So, yeah. I'm having to keep track of all the stuff because I just had to place a pre-order for Christmas stuff for Stamperia. But that's not coming until next month. It will be Christmas in July here. And see, they fit better. You put all these in. Oh, well, good. I mean, we sell the glue holders. Might as well, you know, that fit them. And the caps, so we might as well sell the bottles, too. I know, I have a Christmas project that I'm starting in July because it's a huge, huge project. So I can get it done before December. And, so I have to start it as soon as this summer so I can have a chance to get it done before that. I wanted to do it last year, but I didn't have time. And I'm really, really want to do it this year. So I'm going to work my tush off so I can. Alright, let me make sure. Oh, see, that looks so much better. And these are 5mm grommets that I'm using. Do not go based off of 3/16. That is just the whole size that it makes. That is not the size of the grommet. So 4mm work really good, and so do 5. Anything bigger or less, kind of good luck. You know, they don't work so good with these things. And then it just curls over perfectly, so that way they don't come out. And the washers help it to stay in. I just cleaned up my desk too, and by the time I'm done, it's going to be a wreck again. That's okay. Thought we shifted. Alright, so far so good. We've got 3 more. I'm dropping stuff on the floor. So, there we go. We got them in. I will also be putting a liner over that. And then we just repunch the holes with the 1/8 size. And then it looks all nice and neat. Get this paper towel out of the way. Okay, so ribbon. Where's my bin? I think this pink will be perfect. Oops. I'm knocking over everything. Oh yeah, go get your child. Mine will probably be running amok here for too long. Okay, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this right here in the middle. That's one reason why I like to leave the middle open, because on the other side too, right here, you can put an embellishment here, whatever you want. Alright, let's switch to bacon. And by the way, the glue holders, like I said, in my store, they don't leak. As you can see, there's nothing on it, and it's been sitting there for 3 days. Just like that. I put the cap on it, put it in there, and it works fantastic. And as you can see, it's all the way full too. I was afraid they were going to start gurgling like they did in the original bottles, but not one bit. So I am tickled pink how they came out. I think my husband is too. My husband doesn't care, but because he doesn't understand. But I'm like, no, you don't understand. These things like to talk back, and they gurgle. So it makes it a lot easier. I used to store it upside down in a cup, and it would make such a mess. Now it doesn't, and I like it. Just gonna spread this a little bit. I just used some beacons. You can use it. Fabri-Tac is it's almost the same exact thing. Beacons does a little bit more. Take scissors here. Okay, just like that. I always keep these long until I get all the signatures in and everything, so that way I know. Oh my gosh. Well, I think that's pretty good. I just eyeballed it and cut it. So, alright, now we're going to put the liners in. And we're going to do this paper right here. Now, each cover is 8.5 by 6. Each cover piece. Let me get these out of the way. And I usually make the liners about 5 3/4 by probably about 8, a little less than 8.5. About 1/8 of an inch less. Okay, and then for the middle spine part, usually make that a lot longer. So it's 3 inches. I usually try to add at least 2 inches on top of that. So that'd be about 7, yeah, probably about 7 inches. I'm trying to give you guys measurements, so. And then a little less than 8.5. I'm trying to get better about giving you guys measurements. I'm kind of like, you know, just throw you in the deep end and let you figure it out. So I'm going to put the spine one on first. And it's going to go here in the middle, just like that. Just going to take my bone fold and kind of score it right down. Let me find one that's actually done. This bone fold's not done. This one will work. There we go. And then I'm just going to fold it over like this. And that's going to go in the book just like that. And keep this other side straight. Alright, so that's how it's going to work here. Okay, and then we're going to punch these out. This one can be a little bit tricky to put in here, only because of the holes and the eyelets. You just want to smooth it on out. You can do it where you put the eyelets in afterwards, or yeah. But I don't like to do that because I don't want to write on my paper. So if you are using the template, you could do that, and then it will help to eliminate that. You flatten this down. You just want to keep, let me move this out of the way, working it so that way everything sets down. Let me wipe this off. Alright. I get too much stuff on my desk. Now let me get the glue off my hands. And off of here. Feels like it's already like Thursday to me. The week's just started. There they are. Try not to push too hard like I just did. Rip your paper. Don't want to do that. I am so rough on stuff. And that's okay. We're also going to be putting strips of paper in between the signatures. That's how I like to keep my signatures straight. Oh, I did rip it. Again, I'm checking. Checking. There we go. That would be handy if we could line it up almost completely. Oh, yeah. I did. I thought it was like Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. I knew it wasn't Thursday because Thursdays are trash pickup day. And I would have been like, unknown. But it does. Well, I also spent most of the day packing orders, so I don't like it. Letting it get piled up on me. Oh, that drives. It's like that's all I'll think about and obsess about. Ugh. Just to let you know, if you do put ribbons in there, they get in the way a lot. But they look pretty in the end. Make sure this is all flat. I hate it when you get like glue. I guess it's like glue debris or something on stuff. Okay, make sure this is all down, and then I'm going to poke the holes back through. I did. I tore it. I can fix that. There's nothing that a little glue or paper cannot fix, let me tell you. I've always had some mess up. Where's my thing? Oh, there it is. Here, let me get this glue off my hand so I don't get it on the cover. Y'all know how much I hate glue on my fingers. Ugh. Make sure this ribbon's not in there. Oh my goodness, my daughter and I are watching a new TV show. I know we're probably late to the game, but we're watching 1,000 Pound Sisters. Holy moly, that show is on another level, let me tell you. We've only watched a few episodes, but it makes me want to get up and exercise for sure. Let me get all these little scraggly. Oh my god. I got stuff stuck in there. Hang on, let me get this out. Holy moly, I got like a wad of paper completely stuck in this thing. That is a lot. I was wondering why it wasn't going all the way through. That's okay. So, there we go. And I'm going to make something for the cover. Boy, I feel like I got stuff all over me now. Alright, now I got to find what I did. Where did I put those? Right here in my face. Alright, so while this is drying and getting used to being a cover, I'll put this over here and let me get the signatures ready to go. And then we'll do the cover, the rest of the cover after we put the signatures in. So we're going to do 3 signatures. And there's 36 of these pages. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, good. Wanted to double check that. Alright. Then we're going to use 9 sheets, 11.5 by 8 of the Stamperia paper pads here that I have. Let me use that one. 6. And we'll use the other side. Oh, I need that one. Oh no, I have that one. 7. 8. And we'll just use this 9. Okay, now 3 of these pages are going to be pocket pages. And that's super, super easy to do. Get this stuff out of the way here. I try to cut them to where when it's folded, we see pretty stuff. So, oh, it's 11 by 8.5. Sorry. I always say 11.5. Wait a minute. Is it 11.5? Oh my god, I just totally went blank. Nope, it's 11. Okay, 11 by 8.5. I don't want to tell anybody the wrong thing. So, let's see what we got here. I don't really want to cut her thing off, but I can also move that. That's a great thing, is if there's something here that you want to keep that. You can always fussy cut it out, and then you could apply it somewhere else. So then we're going to take these sheets, and we're just going to fold them in half like this. And then this is going to be part of our book. It's on my side now. Why am I thinking that? Hold on a minute. I just went completely blank. No, that's right. Okay. Oh, I'm having a moment. Having a moment. Yeah, that's what I thought. This one's going to be tricky. I'm going to move this probably down a little bit. I'm going to do it this way. This will be a pocket page. If you ever have a design on one side of your paper that is like impossible to put into a journal, turn it into a pocket page. It works out great. Especially something like this. This would be really hard to get in there. All of it. I'm just going to fold all these at the same time instead of folding them after. hearing weird noises behind me. I have two machines running back here. It's usually why I put on music. It's because I don't want to listen to them just humming away. Okay, for this one, since I already have one of her in the window, I'm going to do the other side. And this will be a pocket page. And this one will be the last pocket page. Alright. Alrighty, now for the fun part. Alright. Alright, so we got our main 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 1, 2, 3. Let's put one right there. Then 1, 2, 3. How many we got now? 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let me even these up a little bit. Actually, what we're going to do, let's put this one in here. So this will be the front of the signature. 1, 2, 3. Let me go with this one. 4, 5, 6. There we go. Okay, so we got first page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, look on that. We are missing one. Where'd it go? There it is. 6. And then middle pocket. So there's one. We'll just decide which. We'll do this one next, I guess. We'll do this pretty pink one, I think, there. Got one. Make this one a pocket. Yeah, we'll make that one a pocket page. Okay, so this is how the signatures will go. Let's see. I think we're gonna make this one first. We'll make this one second, and then that one last. Alright, so let's make sure there's nothing on here. And I have my binding tool matched up. It's marked right here and right here. These match up with those holes perfectly. So that way I don't have to go out and try to figure it out and measure it and all that stuff again. So what I'm going to do, the sounds of the paper. Oh, like ASMR stuff. I am not a fan of ASMR because I have slight autism, and that is like pins and needles on a chalkboard to me. Like on my brain. Okay, so I just poke the holes through right here where I have them already marked. have the same measurements. So they're there, and there. So when you go to check it, you're all lined up with the holes on the spine. Here, let me get this little thing right there out of the way. So then we're all lined up. And then you don't have to worry about it. Which makes it nice. And then I just stick these bad boys together because I don't do them individually because I don't want to risk it messing up. And I just use the holes that are already in there. Takes some getting used to, but then I know all the holes are punched through the same exact one. Just have to find my hole in the bottom. Oh, there it is. My husband made me a binding tool, but I don't use it. I just felt this was easier. Yes, this is a binding tool that I use. I actually sell this in my Etsy shop. I'm just out of stock at the moment and should be getting some more in this week. That's what I'm hoping. Makes it a little bit easier. I have another one and when I get used to something, I don't want to switch to anything else. If it's not broke, don't fix it kind of thing. But it doesn't have any measurements on it. It's just a hole. It's called a binding tool. And mine has really looked like somebody ran it over with a truck because I've been using it for so long. But yeah. And it has two screw-in knobs here, but I take this one off so that way I can, put stuff under that. And get it correct. This is the first signature. Alright, we're good. Let me put this over here. But you don't need this. If you just have like a self-cutting, self-healing mat, or you can get like a piece of like styrofoam, put that on there, and then just poke, you measure out the first page like what I'm doing here. I draw on this one because you won't see this one. This is like a pocket page, and that's why I usually use a pen so I can see. But you can, before I had this, I just used a mat or a piece of styrofoam. Mark the page with the correct measurements and then just poke the hole in that and then just line them up the same way. Making books. I started last year, probably in May of last year, but I've been like a crafter pretty much my whole life. Hang on, let me fold this page. And I like to incorporate all the different types of art that I do in my books. I've drawn, I've painted, I've done all kinds of stuff. Embroidery, crocheting, sewing. some clay. I'm not much into pottery because I don't like things stuck to my fingers. Decoupage. I actually still do, but I decoupage furniture. So I've done a lot of stuff. And I get it. Everybody in my family, though, is artistic in some way. My mother was an artist. My grandmother's an artist. My dad is sort of an artist. He's an engineer and does drawings, graphic design. So I guess that kind of counts. And my grandmother, I don't know if she's in here or not, but she's just turned 89, and she actually makes junk journals too. I got her to make junk journals, and I've sent her a couple, and she looks at them and can figure out what I did. Instead of asking me, that's what she does. I've only done a little bit of watercolor. I'm more of an acrylic paint. I like how acrylics. Watercolor to me is more difficult. Oh, thank you. But yeah, I've had... So, I come from a large family of people who are creative, I guess. But making actual books with signatures, yeah, this is fairly, I've done it for a little over a year. I've made other books before without signatures for years and years and years and years and years, but I haven't. My 17-year-old daughter taught me how to make a book with a signature. And then I kind of evolved into my own method from there. I don't like doing... If I find an easier way or a way that I like, I stick to it. Alright. Last of these, and then we're going to sew these in. Just gonna poke these a little bit more through. There we go. I do enjoy making... Oh, Costa Rica. I've been there before. Been a while, but it's been there before. Don't ask me which part. I have no idea. I was on a cruise. And I was really young. Alright, let's see. I got some... I'm going to use some embroidery floss or thread, whatever everybody calls it these days. Trying to find a light... What color is that? No, that's purple. Let me find my other thread. Yep, there it is. Ooh, now this color right here, let me look at that. Where'd that go? This actually might work too. I usually try to stick with the same color, but that might work. Alright, my chair is super squeaky. Whoops. I just ran over something, I have no idea. Okay, so I always start with the signature and always make sure this is up the right way. I always start with the signature in the back. I don't know why, but to me, a store. Oh yeah, I know. That didn't happen overnight though. I have a lot of stuff that I've collected over the years. I have some recent stuff that people have either bought for me or have given me, or I've collected. Like, I've had a lot of book storage things, books, you know, where you store in books. I used to put other things in them, but now I put this kind of stuff in it. So I've been swiping stuff from all over my house now. Alright. But if I need some Stamperia stuff, yeah, I go in the other room and I give myself a 5-finger discount. Alright, I'm going to put a little tail here, and I do it once, twice, add another little tail because I will be doing it twice through because I like it to be, I feel like it's too loose if I do it just once through, so I do it twice. And however many times you do it the length of this, and times it by however many. If you want to do it 3 times, go ahead. My goodness, are we going to actually be... Usually I have a difficult time with signatures. Not wanting to go through. But if I do it on my own, it's fine. I don't know why. And don't worry about it being loose or crooked, because I have a good solution for those that I do, so that way it's not... They stay nice and straight, because I do not like anything crooked either. Alright, let me open this up a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and this, tighten it like that. I'm going to tie it once. And that way, I can go ahead and go through again. I just like to double knot it. I don't tie, probably because I don't tie knots very well. So, I feel like I always have to do it twice. Because I don't want it loose. Oh, you're fine. You talk away. I feel weird if, like, nobody's talking, either amongst themselves or to me, and I feel like it's too quiet, and I am very uncomfortable with silent. Now, if somebody is physically talking to me, I wouldn't hear a word they're saying because I wear hearing aids and I don't have them in. They kind of leave a little bit of a squealing whenever I have them in and I'm on live, so it's hard for me to do a live with somebody because I can't leave them in. So, and I can't hear anything that's going on. Alright, and then I'm just going to tie it again. And then when we get all the signatures in, I like to put spacers with paper in between the signatures to keep them straight. It's just something I found that works. It's a good way to use scraps and all that good stuff. Now this is a pocket page. Let me get my sharper. I gotta sharpen my little scissors here. So I'm gonna just cut these off. Now this is how I do the pocket page. And then if you see people doing pocket pages, this is how they're all done. Very easy. I almost had a freak out moment. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't check to make sure that this thing was right side up. So this is the back one. I'm going to make this a side pocket page. And what I like to do is I like to cover the thread that I just put in there with glue. It helps it to stay put and not come undone. Last a little bit longer. And you can get a little bit wily with it and it won't go nowhere. And just take my finger and go straight down like that. Just coat it real good. And then I go up this way. And this is going to be a side pocket page. So I'm going to hold this together like this. Let me let it dry a little bit. This is where I get glue all over my hands. And I always put them on the signature. Even if the pocket was going to be up here, I'm still going to put it on the signature side because I feel like it holds them in. Makes them more secure. And then I take a circle punch here so I can remember that this is a pocket page and where the pocket page is, and just do that. And where is my, oh, and I also like to put eyelets right here. This gives it a little bit something extra. And then you can hang little spine dangles off of there or whatever you want. So since we use silver, I'm just going to use silver again. This is front, yeah. And like I said, it also tells you where pocket is. So the pocket will be open like this, and then you got disconnected, or no, I'm still connected. I know I am because I wouldn't see your comment if I wasn't. That's okay. We have 2 more to do. 2 more signatures, so which is good. I always get, people always ask me how I do this part, but to me this is not an easy part to do because it's in the page, and I feel like it can be a little wonky if you use smaller grommets that won't stay put. So you kind of want to bend the page like this to kind of keep it flat. I have stuff coming out. So you can hang little spine dangles off here, and this is how I do my pocket pages. This is how mostly all pocket pages are done. And then it is, and your pages will be like wanting to spread out like this. what I usually do is I clip them while I'm working on the other pages, so that way they don't get in my way. And it kind of helps them to stay and get used to being like this. And then eventually they'll just close like that. So, start in the back, and that's how it's done. And I just clip them, get them out of the way. And then on to the next one. Well, I spill probably these all over the place, because I usually do. Let me move these somewhere where I'm not going to spill them. Alright, next, where's my next signature's right here. I'm going to go in that hole. And then we will work, after we get this in here, we'll get the spacers put in, work on the cover, and that's it. It only takes a couple hours. You can get a whole book made. Also, if you take your strings, pull them both like this in opposite directions, it will help straighten up your signatures too before you tie it. I don't know about you guys, but I am excited. Yes. Ah! It's the same name as TikTok. How do you not buy me? You know? I had to think about that for a minute. I'm like, oh gosh, wait a minute. Maybe it was 4 Girls Stole My Heart. And I'm like, no. It can't be. But yes. The live will be posted to my YouTube channel. If it's like TikTok, it will probably take a few hours to process it. And it will probably be posted tomorrow, because even after I process the video, it takes like a couple hours to post to YouTube. But all of my lives, I always post, unless I'm a guest on somebody's. And then I can't, because it doesn't give me the option to do that. But yes, it will be. I always do. You can also go and look on there, and I've made some pretty crazy stuff on live. I'm still shocked to this day that some of it actually worked. Because sometimes I come up with an idea like 15 or 30 minutes before I go live. And I'm like, ooh, I want to try this. And I'm like, this ain't going to work. This ain't going to work. I'm going to start panicking. And knock on wood, it's worked every time. So maybe I just work better under pressure. I have no idea. But I've made quite a few crazy books on there. I also use those for tutorial times too. That way people can, when they go to watch it, have it. This pocket for this signature is going to be an upper one, and usually for an upper pocket I will put a bookmarker in there. I don't know why, it's just a method I do. It's a habit, you know. I have ways of doing things. I have certain inserts that I like to always include in my books, and I always like to include a bookmarker. So if I sell the book, then whoever's doing stuff in it can sit there and journal or do whatever and have a place marker. And then I'm going to punch the top of this, and I'll put only one little eyelet up here. I do sell some of them. It depends. If it's a project that I've done, like for Stamperia, I sometimes keep those in case they want like other videos or pictures or something like that of it. But I have several books over there now that I'm still trying to finish. I keep getting distracted or behind. And I think I have, let's see, I have 2 Magic Forest books over there. I'm still working on the Welcome Home book. I have lots of inserts and digital inserts that I have made for that book. So I'm wanting to put them all in there. What in the world is all over this page? That's something sticky on there. But yeah, I do. I don't even know how. And I have a suitcase book that I made back in February or January that I still haven't even done yet. I got too ambitious, I think. I didn't realize it was going to be as busy as I did, I guess. I don't know. And if it's a super, super unique book, like the wristwatch one that I did, then that I actually do keep. I have quite a few books around here that I will never sell because I like them and I don't want to get rid of them. Alright. Alright, I'm just gonna I think I need to empty this out. Okay, cruising right along. Alright, I'm just going to put one eyelet up here. What do I do with this? Ignore the glue stuck to all of my fingers because it's driving me crazy. I have to go get a baby wipe or something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I accidentally locked it. Oh, we're good. So this will be pocket up here for a bookmarker. Let me clip this so I can get this one out of the way. And see, when the signatures are in there, they will lay nice and flat. They just got to get used to their new home and being bent all over the place, so that actually sounds kind of bad, but y'all know what I mean. And speaking of which, I need to plug. Let me plug this in. Oh, good. Whoa, where are you going? Oh, you're fine. I'm used to it. You know, Omar from Stamperio. Oh my goodness, I can barely understand what he's saying. He's like, my English is not so good, and I'm like, that's okay. I'm used to it. My hearing's not so good. That's usually what I tell him. But that's okay. I have a lot of family who they're not from this country, so I'm used to it. My mother is Jamaican, and her accent gets very thick. My husband still can't even understand what she's saying, and we've been married for almost 16 years. And my family immigrated here from overseas, Sicily, Italy. My grandparents. So and my dad mumbles, so I can't understand what he's saying half the time anyway. Alright, one more time through, and then the signatures are done, and we'll put some spacers in between. See if I can get this one through here. Every time I'm on the last signature, I think that it just gives me a problem on purpose. Alright, where are you at? There we go. I can actually see what I'm doing. Ah, yes, I have a friend who she speaks Portuguese, she speaks Italian, she speaks French. And I asked her, I'm like, how in the world did you get mixed up with that? Because at least Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, it's not the same, but you can kind of tell if you speak one of those that you can, the words are very similar. But not in French. And I think, I wouldn't worry. Oh, do you? I took 3 years of French in high school, and I don't remember much. All I remember is the first thing we learned was bienvenue. And, I always get it mixed up, though, with Italian, because I was raised around people who kind of speak English mixed in with Italian words, and so I get mixed up. And I was raised in Florida, so Spanish kind of mixes in there, too. I think I could probably say, nous allons apprendre le français. And je m'appelle Jennifer. That's about it. And I might be able to count still. But that was like over like 20 years ago. So that's a while. A long time ago. Oh my gosh. No, it's almost 25 years ago. Wow. That's a trip down memory lane I don't want to take right now. Let me get a paper towel here. Alright. Glue. Alright. I think we're good now. Didn't take too long. I just clipped that page. The only bad thing about using the handhelds, you have to watch out for everything. Let me make sure my thing's unlocked this time. There we go. Alright, so now after this, we're going to stick strips of paper in there. That's going to help hold those signatures. Get this last eyelet in here and then we'll be good. There we go. I'll clip this one in while I go into full-blown panic mode because I got glue on my fingers. Okay. And then we're going to put strips of paper in between here so that way the signatures will stay nice and straight. Give me just a minute before I have a panic. All right. Okay, so I take the strips of paper like this that I cut off of there, and those are going to go in between the signatures. I'm just going to cut them down, and usually they're about an inch maybe. Here we go. We'll use this because it's the same. Alright, so when I'm looking in between here, this is the part that we're going to put that in. And I need to put the little, here, let's wipe all this off. This in before I do that. I always put one of these little pulls at the brad And I'm just gonna put it in between here in the middle one. And then you can hang your little spine dangles and stuff like that on there, which I have some awesome little charms for this one, like bread and all the carbs you want. Let me push, I'm just pushing this down so I can get it under there. There we go. And so that's also going to get covered up with the paper. And then there's the little hook. And I'm going to say, looks like maybe about an inch that we have in between each one. Maybe 3/4 of an inch. Maybe a little bit more. Let me try this one. And if it's a little bit snug, that's okay, because you can push it under the signature. This one needs to be trimmed just a little bit. Where's my scissors?